Elon Musk once laughed off BYD as a threat. Now the Chinese giant has taken Tesla's EV crown. A few years ago, the founder of BYD was worried it might not survive. Currently, the company is nipping at the heels of Tesla as the world's #1 seller of EVs. Tesla was knocked off the top spot as the world's best-selling EV maker for the first time by China's BYD after recording fewer deliveries than BYD in the last quarter of 2023. Tesla handed over 484,000 cars in the last quarter of 2023, while BYD reported record sales of 526,000 cars. Tesla's may be sexy, but China is taking the global lead by making EVs more affordable. In this video, we'll show you how a battery maker grew to be the world's biggest seller of electric cars and surpassed Tesla.
Now, China's BYD has overtaken Tesla as the world's largest seller of electric vehicles.
Most of BYD's cars are simply a lot cheaper than Tesla's.
They have very cheap models starting from $10,000 US.
Their approach has been extremely different. Elon Musk believed that you had to sort of start from the high end and then work your way down the price spectrum.
This is BYD's most popular model for fully electric vehicles, and it retails for about 2/3 of the price of Tesla's cheapest model in China.
What's the meaning of life? Isn't it all pointless? Why not just commit suicide? Why exist?
Tesla, for years, stood as the uncontested leader in zero-emission cars. Traditional automakers like Ford, General Motors, and Volkswagen aimed to challenge Tesla's dominance, but faced significant hurdles in catching up. Tesla's dethroning by BYD reflects the rise of what was a little-known Chinese group only a decade ago, which Elon Musk himself has publicly dismissed. While growth at the Warren Buffett-backed Chinese company has been mostly achieved on its home turf, BYD is sharpening its focus on finding new foreign markets, including in Europe. BYD's electric cars are increasingly visible on European roads, primarily due to keen pricing. BYD was founded by Wang Chuanfu, a former university professor, in the mid-1990s with 20 employees and 2.5 million Chinese yuan of capital, equivalent to around $351,994 US at today's exchange rate. In 1996, BYD began manufacturing lithium-ion batteries, the type that's in our modern-day smartphones. This coincided with the growth of mobiles. BYD went on to supply its batteries to Motorola and Nokia in 2000 and 2002, two of the mobile phone industry's juggernauts at that time. In 2002, BYD listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, riding the wave of its success in lithium-ion batteries. After focusing on manufacturing rechargeable batteries, the company expanded into the car industry in early 2000s. The strategic diversification from battery to mobile phone manufacturing to automobile manufacturing, BYD has been innovative in its production method and design of product for customers. The effective understanding and leveraging of local contextual factors, including supply of labor, growing middle class, and local industry environments, have played important roles in BYD's success. In 2003, BYD acquired a small automaker called Xi'an Qinchuan Automobile. 2 years later, it launched its first car called the F3, which was a combustion model. And then in 2008, it launched the F3DM, the world's first mass-produced plug-in hybrid car, which went on sale to government agencies and corporations in China on December 15, 2008. This was BYD's first foray into the EVs. That same year, Berkshire Hathaway made a $230 million investment in BYD, which gave a boost to BYD's electric car ambitions. Unlike Tesla, which has yet to launch an electric bus and has struggled with trucks, BYD has a diversified plug-in product line that includes trucks, forklifts, and buses. BYD embraced vertical integration, which proved to be its biggest difference from, and perhaps advantage against, Tesla. Vertical integration means that BYD is not only manufacturing vehicles, but also producing its own components such as semiconductors and batteries. BYD is now the world's third largest producer of batteries for EVs, with 14% of the global market, behind Chinese rival contemporary Amperex technology company and South Korea's LG Energy Solution. In 2020, the company launched the Blade battery, a LFP or lithium iron phosphate battery that sparked BYD's growth in EVs. At that time, many battery makers were moving away from LFP batteries due to perceptions that they had poor energy density. But BYD touted Blade battery as a breakthrough that provided good energy density and high levels of safety. It committed to putting its game-changing Blade battery in its Han, a sporty sedan which was released in 2020 and seen as a rival to Tesla's Model S. The breakthrough with the Blade underlines why BYD has found success in EVs, strategic investments, and the fact that it has more businesses than just cars such as electronics, renewable energy, and rail transit. BYD cut their teeth being a supplier in the high-tech space, building up resiliency by supplying batteries too hard to please companies like Apple. BYD then had the wherewithal to acquire a broken-down local Chinese automotive brand and was able to focus on innovating on battery tech, enough so that it can sell to other automakers. BYD was head-down grinding, continually improving the design, engineering, and quality of its own vehicles. Everything BYD did over the last 15 to 20 years set it up to surpass Tesla. In the early stages of the Chinese EV market, BYD chose to simultaneously launch battery EVs and plug-in hybrid EVs. This strategy allowed BYD to win the market when charging infrastructure was not well established and users weren't very clear about the advantages of EVs. Plug-in hybrid EVs' characteristics like high economic efficiency and not having range anxiety played a significant role in helping BYD to win the market. Further, BYD positioned itself in the mid-range market where there were fewer competitors in China, which helped propel its growth. BYD did well on branding, creating different sub-brands to tackle different price points in the market. One such example is BYD's mid to high-end EV brand Denza. The battle between Tesla and BYD is set to continue, and it's clear that BYD still hasn't reached maximum potential. As for Tesla, the company is facing stiffer competition in 2024, with Chinese competitors launching more models and traditional automakers trying to catch up in the EV race. BYD is really pushing the pedal to the metal by accelerating growth in Europe and other overseas markets. And so there's a lot more growth in the BYD story in the next 12 to 24 months. There's a growing perception that China's EV industry, including BYD, is leading in technological innovation. Tesla faces challenges with its new dry coating process for the cybertruck battery, while Chinese companies are pushing boundaries with advancements like a 1,000-kilometer range battery. As Tesla and BYD vie for supremacy in the global EV market, the competition goes beyond sales figures. It delves into geopolitical dynamics, expansion strategies, and the pivotal race for technological innovation. The evolving landscape promises a fascinating journey ahead for EVs and the companies driving this transformative industry.